Have you ever looked at a couple on their wedding day and thought, they look so in love, nothing could ever come between them? But then, just a few years later, that same couple seems distant, arguing over the smallest things, barely making eye contact. It's heartbreaking, but it's common. The truth is, marriage doesn't stay magical on its own. Love is the spark, but the effort is the fuel. And for newlyweds, those first few years can set the tone for a lifetime, either one of teamwork and closeness, or slow drifting apart. If you're newly married, this is your chance to build the kind of relationship that doesn't just survive, but thrives. So today, we're diving into marriage tips for newlyweds, real, practical advice that can help you create a strong foundation of love, trust, and partnership. Let's get started. First, let's talk about communication, the heartbeat of every marriage. Most couples assume they already know how to communicate. After all, you talk every day, right? But real communication in marriage goes far beyond words. It's not just about talking, it's about understanding. Think about it. Maybe one of you likes to talk things out immediately after an argument, while the other needs space to cool off. That difference alone can cause tension if you don't recognize it. One newlywed couple I spoke to shared how they used to argue constantly about tone. He thought she was being cold. She thought he was overreacting. Once they learned to ask, "How do you need me to communicate right now?" the fight slowed down dramatically. Here's a tip. Practice active listening. That means when your partner is speaking, focus on understanding, not on preparing your response. And when you feel defensive, pause before replying. That tiny pause can save hours of hurt feelings later. Next, let's move to managing expectations. In the early days of marriage, many people believe their partner will automatically meet their needs emotionally, physically, even socially, but no one can read your mind. Imagine you grew up celebrating every little success with family dinners, while your spouse's family never made a big deal out of achievements. Without realizing it, you might expect a celebration for your promotion while your spouse simply says, "Congrats," and moves on. You feel hurt, they feel confused. To prevent this, talk openly about expectations, how you want to spend weekends, how you handle money, even how you celebrate special occasions. Remember, unmet expectations are often unspoken ones. That brings us to finances, one of the biggest sources of stress for newlyweds. Love may conquer all, but it doesn't balance a budget. Money habits formed before marriage often clash once you're sharing bills. Maybe one of you is a saver and the other is more spontaneous with spending. That doesn't make either of you wrong, it just means you need a plan. A couple I know made a rule early on. Every big purchase over a certain amount had to be discussed first. It wasn't about control, it was about respect. They also created 3 accounts: yours, mine, and ours. That way, shared bills were covered, but each person kept a sense of independence. The key takeaway? Talk about money before it becomes an argument. Transparency builds trust. Now, let's discuss individuality. Marriage doesn't mean losing your identity. Many newlyweds fall into the trap of doing everything together, thinking that's what real love looks like. But healthy marriages are made of 2 whole individuals who choose each other, not 2 people trying to become one person. If you used to love hiking, painting, or meeting friends for coffee, keep doing it. Give your partner the same freedom. One woman shared that she and her husband each have solo Sundays once a month. He goes fishing, she does yoga and brunch with friends. It keeps them both refreshed and brings new energy into their relationship. A good rule. Prioritize me time as much as we time. Independence fuels attraction. Another essential piece is teamwork. Marriage isn't 50-50, it's 100 to 100. Some days your partner will give more, other days you will. The idea is not to keep score. Take something as simple as household chores. If one person always feels like they're doing more, resentment builds. A newly married couple I worked with started a Sunday reset. Every week, they sit down for 10 minutes and divide the week's tasks, laundry, grocery shopping, errands based on who has more free time that week. It keeps things fair and helps them feel like teammates instead of competitors. Next, learn to fight fair. Disagreements are normal, but how you handle them makes or breaks the relationship. Never use insults, threats, or the silent treatment as weapons. Focus on solving the issue, not winning the argument. Here's a great method. The timeout rule. When emotions start boiling, either partner can call a timeout. You both agree to take a short break and revisit the issue once you've cooled off. That simple step can prevent saying things you'll regret later. Let's talk about intimacy, not just physical but emotional connection. After the honeymoon phase fades, many couples notice the spark dimming. That's normal, but it doesn't mean love is gone. It just means you have to be intentional about keeping it alive. Make time for affection. Small gestures matter more than grand ones. A morning kiss, holding hands during a walk, or leaving a kind note before work can mean everything. One couple had a nightly ritual they called 5 minutes of us. No phones, no TV, just sitting together and talking about their day. It sounds simple, but it kept them close, even during stressful times. Another powerful habit for newlyweds is gratitude. It's easy to notice what your partner does wrong, but real love notices what they do right. If your spouse makes you coffee, thanks them. If they fold the laundry, say you appreciate it. Gratitude shifts focus from frustration to connection. Try writing down one thing you love about your partner every day for a week, and share it at the end of the week. You'll be surprised at how it strengthens your bond. Boundaries are another critical aspect. Even in marriage, boundaries protect respect and emotional safety. It might mean agreeing not to vent to friends about private fights, or not checking each other's phones without permission. Healthy boundaries don't create distance, they build trust. When both partners feel secure, they open up more freely. Let's not forget fun. Once real life starts, jobs, bills, responsibilities, fun can fade fast. But laughter is glue for a marriage. Create new traditions, try new activities, or revisit old ones. Have a game night, plan weekend adventures, or just dance in the kitchen together. Couples who play together stay together. Finally, remember growth. You're both going to change over time. The person you married at 25 won't be the same at 35, and that's okay. The goal isn't to keep your marriage the same, but to grow together instead of apart. Check in with each other regularly about goals, dreams, and worries. Ask, how can I support you better this month? Growth requires curiosity and care. Let's recap what we've covered. Communicate openly and listen with empathy. Manage expectations instead of assuming your partner knows them. Handle money as a team. Maintain individuality and respect each other's independence. Share responsibilities and fight fair. Keep intimacy alive with small gestures. Show daily gratitude. Protect your relationship with healthy boundaries. Keep fun alive. And commit to growing together, not just coexisting. All these pieces connect like a puzzle. When one part is missing, the picture feels off. But when they fit together, they create something beautiful. A marriage built on trust, respect, and love that lasts. If you're just starting your life together, take this to heart. Marriage isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about showing up every day with kindness, patience, and effort. There will be challenges, yes, but those challenges can become opportunities to grow closer instead of further apart. So, as you step into this new chapter, remember, the small things matter most. A kind word, a shared laugh, a hug after a hard day. Those moments built the marriage you'll cherish for decades to come. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these tips do you relate to the most? Or is there one you and your partner are already practicing that's made a big difference? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Stronger Together for more relationship insights and advice that helps you build a happier, healthier marriage. You've got this. Here's to love that lasts, grows, and keeps getting better every single day.